Welcome to Heaven Voice Today, where the voice of God meets your heart. Every day we bring you powerful gospel reflections, divine messages, and heartfelt stories of faith, hope, and healing. This is not just another Christian channel. This is a sacred space where Jesus Christ speaks to you, personally. If you're looking for guidance, encouragement, or a deeper connection with God's Word, you're in the right place. Let His voice lift you, comfort you, and lead you into His peace. Subscribe now and let heaven speak into your life today. My dear child, today I speak not only to your circumstances, but to the patterns within you that have silently shaped your journey for far too long. You have fought battles on the outside, battles with lack, with rejection, with delay. But even deeper have been the battles inside, the silent agreements you made with fear, the unconscious expectations built on past disappointments, the cycles that have whispered to your soul, "This is just the way it will always be." But hear me clearly. I'm not just touching the surface of your life. I'm reaching into the deep roots. I'm confronting the hidden agreements, the silent lies, the generational patterns that have tried to hold you captive. I am breaking the cycles that you thought were part of your identity. Cycles that have shaped how you see yourself, how you move, how you dream. Today, I am declaring an end to the invisible prisons that limited your steps. You were never created to live bound by yesterday's failures or by fears passed down through generations. You were never meant to circle the same mountains of self-doubt, insecurity, guilt, or shame year after year. You were made for freedom. You were created to move from glory to glory, not from defeat to defeat. And the first battle in this new beginning is not external, it is within. It is the confrontation of every lie that says you will never change. My precious one, I've seen how you fought to move forward only to feel pulled back again. I have watched you take 2 steps ahead and feel the discouragement when old mindsets yanked you back into old patterns. But today I declare that enough is enough. The cycles that kept you bound are being shattered by my word. The patterns that repeated through your family, through your fears, through your wounds, they end here. You have wondered if something is wrong with you because the progress felt so hard. But I tell you now, you have been fighting invisible giants rooted not in your destiny, but in the wounds of your past. Giants of unworthiness, of abandonment, of fear of failure. Giants that grew strong because they were never named, never confronted. But today I name them. Today I confront them. Today I break their power. I am pulling you out of the cycles of believing you are not enough. I am pulling you out of the cycles of striving for approval you already have. I am pulling you out of the cycles of expecting disappointment instead of expecting fulfillment. I am realigning your spirit with truth, the truth that you are deeply loved, fully chosen, entirely equipped for the destiny I have designed for you. This confrontation is not a condemnation. It is an invitation to step out of the familiar prisons and into the wide open spaces of freedom. An invitation to exchange old patterns for new pathways. An invitation to believe bigger, to expect greater, to move with boldness instead of hesitation. My dear child, I do not expose old wounds to shame you. I reveal them to heal you. I do not confront old mindsets to punish you. Today marks a new chapter in your journey, a chapter of freedom, healing, and transformation. Embrace this moment, for it is the beginning of a new and glorious season in your life. I expose them to liberate you. What you thought was normal was never my design. What you settled for because it was familiar was never what I intended for you. You were made for more. And today I am calling that more to rise within you. You will no longer live under the ceiling of limitation that fear built over your dreams. You will no longer make decisions from a place of past pain. You will no longer measure your future by the failures of those who came before you. The bloodline that defined brokenness is being interrupted by the bloodline of grace you are now walking in. Generational patterns stop with you. New legacies begin with you. Let me do the deep work, my precious one. Let me reach into the places you stopped believing could change. Let me touch the fears you thought you just had to manage. Let me rewire the expectations that taught you to prepare for disappointment. instead of breakthrough. You don't have to carry the weight of old cycles anymore. You don't have to fight these battles in your own strength. I am breaking them. I am breaking the cycle of self-doubt that made you shrink back. I am breaking the cycle of fear that told you would fail again. I am breaking the cycle of settling for less because dreaming felt too dangerous. I'm breaking the cycle of striving for love you already possess. You will not circle the same mountains anymore. You will not live in the shadows of old seasons anymore. You are stepping out of the spiral and onto the straight path I have prepared. You are stepping into clarity, into courage, into calling. My dear child, hear me. This is not just a new chapter. This is a new book. The cycles that wrote the past will not write your future. I am authoring something new. A story marked by freedom, by faith, by fullness. Stand still in this moment. Feel the walls of limitation cracking. Feel the chains of old expectations snapping. Feel the breath of new beginnings filling your lungs. The cycles are breaking, the patterns are shattering, the future is opening. And you, my precious one, are stepping into everything I dreamed for you long before the first battle ever began. My precious one, I want you to know how deeply I have loved you through every battle you fought, even the battles you fought against yourself. I have never been distant from your struggle. I have never withdrawn my affection because you wrestled with fears you did not understand or habits you thought you could never break. I have been the closest to you in those moments, whispering truth over the lies, covering you with grace when shame tried to close in. You have believed at times that something was wrong with you because change felt slow. You have blamed yourself for cycles that began long before you ever had a choice in them. But hear me clearly. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not a lost cause. You are not too far gone. You are not the sum of the patterns that tried to hold you back. You are the evidence of my faithfulness unfolding even in the hidden places. And as you embrace this truth, as you let go of the old and step boldly into the new, you will see the beauty of the journey I have been leading you on all along. Embrace this new chapter, my beloved one, for it is written with love, with purpose, and with the promise of a future filled with hope and joy. I see the strength you forgot you had. I see the beauty forming in the places you thought were ruined. I see the seeds of hope you buried under the weight of disappointment, and I am watering them now with my spirit. I'm calling them to rise again. I'm calling you to rise again, not as a prisoner of your past, but as a pioneer of your future. You have spent too much time measuring your worth by your weaknesses. You have spent too long letting fear script the narrative of your life. Today I'm handing you a new script, one written not in fear, but in faith. Not in defeat, but in destiny. You are not a slave to old patterns. You are not trapped in cycles of regret. You are a new creation reborn by grace, remade by truth, and released by love. Come closer, my dear child. Let me remind you who you are. You are not the voice of your shame. You are not the echo of your failures. You are the living breath of my dreams. You are the reflection of my beauty. You are the fulfillment of my promises. You are a vessel of my glory, a carrier of my spirit, a testimony to my unending mercy. You have looked at yourself through the lens of past defeats, but I see you through the lens of future victories. You have counted yourself out because of struggles you have not yet fully overcome, but I have already counted you in because of the sacrifice of my Son, because of the love that chose you before you ever chose me. I'm not discouraged by your journey. I'm not disappointed by your pace. I'm not weary of your questions. I walk with you at every step, rejoicing in every small turn toward me, celebrating every quiet yes that no one else sees, but that shifts everything in the spirit. You are closer than you realize. You are stronger than you feel. You are more ready than you believe. My dear child, the cycles that have haunted you do not define you. The battles you have faced in your mind, in your emotions, in your identity, they are not the markers of your worth. They are the battlegrounds where your victory has been prepared. You will not always fight like this. The struggles that feel endless now are losing their hold. The chains you once thought were part of who you are being broken even now by the sound of my truth rising within you. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be present. Present with me. Present with the process. Present with the truth that I am bigger than every fear, stronger than every failure, more faithful than every setback. Take my hand, my precious one. Walk with me out of the shadows of shame and into the light of freedom. Walk with me out of the repetition of regret and into the rhythm of redemption. Walk with me into new thoughts, new dreams, new possibilities. You are not who the enemy said you were. You are not trapped by the cycles of old seasons. You are not condemned to repeat the patterns that tried to define your family or your failures. You are the one I have called to break through. You are the one I have anointed to pioneer a new path. Trust in me, dear child, for I have great plans for you. You are the one I have equipped to build a different legacy. You are the one who will look back one day and see not just the pain you survived, but the promises you carried into fulfillment. My beloved child, you are enough because I am enough. You are able because I am able. You are ready because I am the one who makes you ready. Breathe deeply. Stand boldly. Receive the truth that your silent battles have not disqualified you. They have prepared you. And know this, the cycles that held you back are breaking. The chains that tried to define you are falling. The old identities are being stripped away, and you, my precious one, are rising into everything I have always seen in you. My dear child, I know the weight you have carried through seasons of struggle. I know the questions that have echoed in your heart. Why does this cycle keep repeating? Why do I end up back at the same place? You have fought hard against what you could see, but I want you to know the greatest battles were never about what was happening around you. They were about what was happening within you. There were mindsets that needed to be broken, not just circumstances to be changed. There were silent agreements with fear, with unworthiness, with disappointment that needed to be shattered before you could fully walk into the freedom I prepared for you. The pain you endured was not without purpose. It was not me punishing you. It was me preparing you for a freedom that is not skin deep, but soul deep. Preparing you to live not bound by circumstances, but anchored by truth. Pain exposes what comfort hides. When everything feels good, it's easy to overlook the places where fear still lingers, where identity is still fragile, where hope is still tentative. But in the fire, in the pressing, those hidden places are revealed. Not to shame you, but to heal you. Not to break you, but to set you free. You have wondered why you face the same battles over and over. You have blamed yourself, thinking you must be too weak, too broken, too stubborn. But I tell you today, it was not because you were too weak. It was because I was committed to your complete freedom. I was not content for you to carry hidden chains into your new seasons. I was not willing for you to build your future on foundations still cracked by old lies. My precious one, every cycle you fought was an opportunity for deeper healing. Every repeated struggle was an invitation to meet me at a deeper level. I was never angry at your wrestling. I welcomed it because I knew that true transformation comes not from pretending you are fine, but from confronting what needs to be changed. I allowed the battles to continue, not to torment you, but to train you, to teach your spirit to recognize the whispers of fear and call them out. And as you continue to walk this journey, remember that I am with you every step of the way. My love for you is unwavering, and my strength is always available to you. Embrace the process, my child, for it is shaping you into the person I have destined you to be. To teach your heart to discern between the voice of shame and the voice of truth. To teach your soul to rise up not in self-reliance but in holy dependence. There were moments when you thought the silence meant I was absent. There were moments when you thought the repetition meant I had abandoned you, but in reality, I was closer than ever. I was fighting for you in ways you could not yet see. I was surrounding you, hemming you in, refusing to let you settle for survival when I destined you for victory. You prayed for deliverance, and I answered by going after the roots, not just the fruit. You prayed for change, and I answered by confronting the agreements you didn't even realize you had made. Agreements like, maybe this is all there is. Agreements like, maybe freedom isn't for people like me. Agreements like, maybe God can't use someone as broken as I am. Those lies needed to be uprooted because they were barriers to the abundant life I called you to live. I wasn't just after external change. I was after heart change. I wasn't just interested in behavior modification. I was committed to identity, transformation. Cycles do not break by willpower alone. They break when truth confronts them. They shatter when my voice speaks louder than the lies. They fall when my spirit moves deeper than fear has ever reached. And that is what has been happening. Even when you couldn't see it, even when you thought you were going in circles, every cry for help, every prayer of surrender, every tear of frustration was moving you closer to the core of the issue. Every moment you clung to hope was weakening the strongholds. Every time you chose to believe even a little, the chains cracked more. You are not stuck. You are being set free. You are not failing. You are being fortified. You are not circling in vain. You are circling until the walls fall, just as they did for my people at Jericho. You are closer than you realize. The cycles that once defined your story are losing their grip. The patterns that once dictated your emotions, your decisions, your expectations are being rewritten by my hand. This is why the battles intensified. Not because you were losing, but because you were on the verge of breakthrough. The enemy fought hardest where he knew he was about to lose ground. The resistance was not proof of your failure, it was proof of your progress. My dear child, you have been brave even when you didn't feel it. You have been victorious even when you didn't see it. You have been moving forward even when you felt stuck. And now I am breathing new life into the places where despair tried to take root. I am speaking new songs over the areas where silence screamed the loudest. I am declaring that you are not defined by what tried to hold you back. You are defined by the one who called you forward. The pain you endured was the soil for the freedom you are stepping into. The tears you cried were the rain that softened the ground for the seeds of new life. Trust in me, for I am making all things new. The waiting you endured was not in vain. It was a necessary process to prepare you for the incredible transformation that is about to take place in your life. Every tear you shed, every prayer you whispered, every moment of struggle was not wasted. You are emerging from this season not just free, but stronger, wiser, and more radiant with the glory that I have bestowed upon you. The cycles of defeat are breaking, the patterns of dysfunction are crumbling, and the chains of bondage are falling away. The new beginning that I have written for you is unfolding step by step, and you are on the brink of a breakthrough unlike anything you have experienced before. My beloved child, the battles you fought were never meant to be the end of your story. The challenges you faced were real, but so is the shift that is happening in your life right now. I have witnessed every hardship you endured, every lie you stood up against, every fear you refused to succumb to. Your perseverance has been noted in the heavens, and I assure you the time of silent survival is giving way to a season of visible breakthrough. Pay attention, dear one. The signs of change are already beginning to manifest. Some are subtle, like a newfound peace in areas once plagued by anxiety, or a glimmer of hope where despair once reigned. Others are bold, such as opportunities opening up effortlessly, and doors swinging wide where once there were only barriers. These are not mere coincidences. They are the first fruits of the freedom that is unfolding in your life. Where defeat once reigned, victory will now prevail. Where fear once held you captive, favor will now surround you. Where confusion once clouded your path, clarity will now illuminate your way, guided by my spirit. You will start to notice that the things that once triggered you no longer hold power over you, and situations that once caused you pain will now find you standing firm in your identity. These internal transformations are a testament to the work of my spirit within you, reshaping the very core of your being. Outwardly, people will begin to notice the change in you without the need for explanation. Environments will shift simply because you carry a different presence now, one of authority and grace. Expect new relationships to form, divine connections to be made, and unexpected opportunities to arise. I have been orchestrating the people who will walk alongside you in this next season. Individuals who will recognize the anointing upon your life and support you as you step into your destiny. Some will bring encouragement, others strategic guidance, and some will simply walk faithfully beside you. Do not be surprised if old relationships fade away. Some connections were only meant for a season of testing, not for the promised land ahead. Release them with love, bless them as you move forward, and trust that I am clearing the path for something greater to come into your life. My dear child, I am breaking cycles, but I am also building legacies. This is not just about your freedom. It is about freedom for generations to come. The battles you overcame will not have to be fought again by those who follow after you. The strongholds you shattered will stay broken, and the doors you break open will remain open for others to walk through. You will begin to see the ripple effects of your victory as family patterns shift and old limitations lose their grip. New possibilities will emerge, not only for you, but for those connected to your life. The breakthrough I'm birthing in you is a breakthrough that will bless far beyond you. You are moving from circles into forward movement, shifting from survival mode into thriving mode. You are stepping out of the cycle of almost into the cycle of fulfilled. There will be days when the old voices try to rise up, whispering doubt and reminding you of the past. Stand firm and recognize them for what they are, desperate lies of an enemy who knows his hold is broken. Answer them with truth, worship, and the testimony of who you are becoming. The new has come, and expect dreams to awaken, fresh vision to emerge, creativity to surge, and energy to return. Celebrate each step forward, each new response, each new thought pattern, each new act of faith. These are signs that the new is here, that the old has truly passed away. My dear child, you have endured much, but you are about to experience even more joy, peace, fulfillment, and beauty. This is the reward for not giving up, the harvest for not losing heart, and the unveiling of the life I dreamed for you. Heaven has heard your silent battles, honored your hidden victories, and is now releasing visible fulfillment. Look up, lift your heart. The signs are here, the shift is now. You are not circling anymore. You are moving forward, and nothing will ever be the same again. Now that the cycles have been broken and the chains are falling, it is vital that you walk carefully, not in fear, but in wisdom. Freedom is not just a moment, it's a journey that you learn to steward day by day, step by step, moment by moment. Start every day with me. Anchor yourself in my truth and let my word reset your perspective before allowing the noise of the world to reach you. Begin your mornings by sitting with me, even if only in the quiet of your own heart. Let my presence fill you with the strength you need to walk free in a world still bound. You are no longer moving according to survival mode. You are moving as a beloved child empowered by my spirit, grounded in my promises. Walk with a heart full of gratitude for the freedom I have given you and a spirit watchful against the old traps the enemy may still try to set. Stay sensitive to the atmosphere of your thoughts. Freedom begins in the mind before it manifests in your actions. Guard your thoughts fiercely. When old fears whisper, confront them with my word. When shame tries to creep back in, answer it with truth. When doubt knocks, respond with faith. Be deliberate in the voices you allow to speak into your life. Not every voice deserves access to your heart. Choose relationships that reinforce freedom, not those that romanticize your old chains. Seek out those who will remind you of who you are, not who you were. Build community around truth, encouragement, accountability, and hope. Keep short accounts with me. Do not allow shame or guilt to build walls between us. When you stumble, and you will, for you are still growing, run to me, not from me. Repent quickly. Receive grace freely. Let forgiveness be a rhythm, not a rare event. My mercy is new every morning, not because I excuse sin, but because I extend endless opportunities for restoration. Practice obedience in the small things. Often it is the small compromises that open the door to larger setbacks. Pay attention to the nudges of my spirit. When I prompt you to turn off a conversation, a show, a thought that pulls you backward, obey quickly. Freedom is protected by sensitivity. Worship is your weapon. Praise is your posture. When old patterns try to whisper again, lift your voice higher. Sing of my goodness. Declare my faithfulness. Proclaim your freedom until the lies have no room left to land. Worship shifts atmospheres within and around you. Worship reminds your spirit who I am and who you are in me. Walk in gratitude. Every day is a gift. Every breakthrough is a testimony. Every new thought, every changed response, every moment of peace where anxiety once ruled. These are victories. Celebrate them. Thank me for them. Gratitude keeps your spirit soft, your vision clear, your heart strong. Be patient with yourself. Freedom is both a moment and a process. Some days you will feel like you are soaring. Other days you will feel like you are crawling. Both are progress. Both are holy. I am not watching your speed. I am watching your heart. I am celebrating your steps, even the small ones, even the shaky ones. Refuse to rehearse old narratives. When memories of failure try to replay in your mind, stop them. Replace them with the truth of what I say about you. You are not the person who lived in those cycles. You are not the person who was trapped by those fears. You are a new creation, learning to walk in the fullness of what I have provided. Stay humble. The freedom you carry is a gift, not a trophy. Remember, I am always with you, guiding you and celebrating every step of your journey towards true freedom in me. Extend grace to others still caught in battles you have overcome. For you too once needed patient mercy. Be a safe place for others to find healing, speaking life and extending hope. Build bridges instead of walls, remaining teachable as freedom opens doors to new levels of responsibility and influence. With every new level comes the need for greater wisdom, so keep seeking, learning, and growing. There will always be more to discover in me, more depth, power, and beauty. Rest in my sufficiency, knowing you are not called to carry the weight of sustaining your own freedom. I am the one who holds you, strengthens you, and finishes what I start. Trust me to continue the work, guard what I have planted, and lead you into greater victories. Your greatest weapon is intimacy with me, so stay close, sensitive, and surrendered. You did not earn your freedom, but received it by grace. Maintain it by abiding, not striving. You are not going back or slipping into old cycles. You are walking forward into the fullness of life I dream for you. The chains are broken, the cycle is over, and the new has begun. This beautiful, victorious, unstoppable life is just the beginning. Hear me now. You are not who the enemy or failures said you were. You are my beloved, free, and victorious child. The cycles that once defined your days have been shattered by my grace. You are not the rejected one, the disappointment, or the mistake. You are my chosen one, my delight, my masterpiece. Through storms and battles, I have shaped, refined, and fortified you to reveal a warrior clothed in beauty, crowned with strength wrapped in grace. I see the way you said yes when no one knew the cost, stayed soft when hardness would have been easier, and kept moving forward when everything screamed to stop. You are not the scars you carry, but the healing they testify to. You are not a story of defeat, but a living testimony of redemption. My dear child, lift your head and look through my eyes. See yourself not as a survivor barely making it through life, but as an overcomer marked by purpose, filled with promise, and destined for impact. You were born to change atmospheres, to bring my presence into places desperate for hope. The lies that once held you captive, that you were too broken, too far gone, too small, are now falling powerless to the ground. I am replacing them with truth. You are powerful because my Spirit dwells within you. You are radiant because my light shines through you. You are unstoppable because my word secures your path. The cycle of hiding, fear, and shame is broken. You no longer need to diminish yourself to make others comfortable, live in fear of what-ifs, or wear the garments of past mistakes. Instead, I clothe you in righteousness, wrap you in garments of praise, and crown you with beauty that comes from inward transformation. As you step into a new season, you will speak from freedom, dream from courage, and move propelled by joy. You are not an orphan seeking belonging. a failure grasping for redemption, or a wanderer chasing purpose. You are my child, fully embraced, my beloved, fully redeemed, my sent one already equipped and commissioned. When the voices of the past try to whisper again, answer them with my truth. Remind yourself that you are not circling mountains anymore, but taking territory. You are not trapped in cycles, but blazing new trails. Your identity is unshakable, rooted in my character. Your calling is irrevocable, anchored in my eternal purposes. Nothing you have walked through has diminished your destiny. It has deepened your capacity to carry it well. Stand tall, speak boldly, love lavishly, dream wildly, and move freely. You are not who the darkness said you were, but who the light has revealed you to be, my beloved child, courageous warrior, and unstoppable witness. And I am with you always to the very end. Now that the cycles have been broken and your identity restored, it is essential that you walk carefully, intentionally, and intimately with me. Freedom is not maintained through effort alone, but through intimacy with the one who gave it to you. The liberty in your spirit is precious, and I desire to teach you how to guard it, nurture it, and grow deeper into it every single day. Start your mornings by returning to my presence and let me guide you on this journey of purpose and impact. Before you dive into the chaos of the world, before you drown in the flood of messages and plans, take a moment to step into my presence. Sit with me, even if it's just for a brief moment. Open your heart before you open your hands. Listen for my whisper before you rush into action. Let my peace guide your thoughts, emotions, and responses throughout the day. Prayer is not just for times of crisis. It's the heartbeat of our relationship. Share with me your simple moments, your quick decisions, your silent questions. Seek my wisdom before seeking advice from others. Lean into my spirit when the weight of the day becomes too heavy. Know that I am not only present in sacred moments, but also in the ordinary ones. My word should be your foundation as you navigate through this season of clarity. It's not about following your feelings, but about embracing the truth. Let my word be the lamp to your feet, the light to your path, and the shield around your mind. Stay rooted in it daily, even when things seem smooth and you feel strong. Make worship your default posture, not just in times of victory, but also when battles arise. Worship is not a mood, it's a powerful weapon that realigns your heart and mind with what is unchanging. Guard your thoughts fiercely, for the mind is where freedom is either defended or surrendered. Stay humble as favor increases, opportunities arise, and influence grows. Remember that it's not by your own might, wisdom, or strength, but by my spirit. Serve others even as you are celebrated and blessed. Stay teachable and flexible, always hungry for learning and growth. Surround yourself with a community that protects your freedom and challenges you to grow. Isolation is dangerous, especially in times of elevation. Link arms with those who pray with you, celebrate you, challenge you, and push you to reach higher. This is just the beginning of a greater journey, so be intentional about the associations you choose. Honor the voices I place in your life to sharpen and challenge you. Practice radical forgiveness, my beloved one. It is time to release the chains of bitterness disguised as armor that have weighed you down. Your spirit must remain light and your heart clean as you step into this new season. Remember, what I am building in you cannot be sustained by a heart burdened by yesterday's wounds. Rest in my timing, for I will continue to open doors for you. Not every door needs to be walked through at once, so pace yourself with my spirit. Trust the process, even when the pace feels unfamiliar. The seasons of hiddenness have taught you endurance. Now let the seasons of favor teach you trust. Above all, stay close to me. Success without intimacy is hollow, and victory without presence is fleeting. You were made for me, and all the promises fulfilled are simply means to draw you closer, not further away. Make intimacy your aim, obedience your joy, worship your lifestyle, and gratitude your constant song. My precious one, you are no longer fighting for freedom, you are walking in it. Walk wisely, walk humbly, and walk with your spirit anchored in me. As you do, watch as I lead you from glory to glory, from strength to strength, and from breakthrough to breakthrough. This is just the beginning of a life lived fully alive in the freedom purchased for you by my love. Listen to me now, my dear child. The time you have longed for, prayed for, and battled for in silence is no longer a distant hope. It is upon you. What you sensed stirring deep within your spirit is breaking forth into reality. The old cycles are broken, the old labels are stripped away, and the old limitations are shattered. You are stepping into a season of visible change, undeniable favor, and irreversible freedom. I am moving quickly now, shifting things that once seemed immovable. Opportunities that mocked your faith are now opening at my command, and doors that were bolted shut are swinging wide because I have decreed it. You will find yourself standing in places you once only dared to dream about, experiencing fulfillment, not by force, but by favor. This favor is born from the battles you fought in secret and the yes you whispered when no one else heard. The ground beneath your feet has shifted, the atmosphere around your life is changing, and you are no longer circling old deserts. You are moving into promised lands, lands of freedom, expansion, influence, and new beginnings. The fears that once paralyzed you will no longer have a voice. The shame that clung to your soul will fall to the ground, and the anxiety that clouded your vision will dissipate under the clarity of my spirit. I am accelerating what you thought would take years, bringing forth harvests from seeds you forgot you planted and flowing restoration into relationships, dreams, and areas you thought were permanently broken. What seemed dead is alive again, and what seemed impossible is unfolding before your very eyes. But my precious one, do not mistake this acceleration for chaos. I am moving in precision, in order, according to plans I have had written over your life since before time began. Trust the doors I open, trust the ones I close. Trust the speed when it feels overwhelming. Trust the pauses when they seem inconvenient. My timing is perfect, and you are perfectly aligned with what I am doing. You will see confirmations small and large that will leave no room for doubt. People will bring you words without knowing they are speaking exactly what you needed to hear. Opportunities will arise that align so precisely with your calling that you will know they could only have come from me. Strength will surge in moments when you thought you would falter. Joy will burst forth in days when you expected to feel fear. Be ready to release the old mindsets quickly. The cycles are broken, but it will be your choice each day to walk in the new. When old fears try to whisper again, answer them with my truth. When old habits try to tempt you, respond with the strength I have awakened within you. When the temptation to settle rises, remember that you were made for more. The vision I am birthing in you now is bigger than what you thought you could carry. The influence I am entrusting to you is broader than you ever imagined. But you are not stepping into this new place alone. I'm with you. I go before you. I surround you on every side. I'm not asking you to sustain what I'm giving you. I'm asking you to stay surrendered to the one who gave it. Expect new dreams to emerge, new territories to be entrusted, new battles fought from a place of victory, not fear. Expect new songs to rise from your spirit, songs of freedom, triumph, songs that echo my faithfulness and announce my glory. You are stepping into fulfillment, fullness of identity, calling, destiny. No more circling, no more striving, no more surviving. This is your season to soar. Let gratitude guard your heart, worship anchor your steps, humility cloak your journey. As the blessings flow, doors open, dreams awaken, remember it all flows from my heart for you, not from your performance, for me. My dear child, heaven has shifted on your behalf, earth is responding, angels are moving, promises manifesting, and you are walking into the days you once only dared to believe could be possible. This is your time, your turning point, your new beginning. Rise boldly, move freely, trust completely. For I, the Lord your God, am faithful, and what I have started in you I will surely complete. My precious one, slow you. I'm not standing at a distance waiting for you to be perfect. I'm stepping into the very places you thought were too messy, too broken, too complicated for redemption. Feel the weight lifting now. Feel the heaviness breaking apart like chains, falling from your spirit. The old burdens you carried, the ones shaped by fear, by failure, by cycles you couldn't break. They are disintegrating under the warmth of my love. You're not called to live in survival mode. You're not called to carry what I already carried for you. You're called to walk free, breathe deep, and live fully alive. Let my spirit move through every hidden room of your heart. Let me step into the memories that still sting, into the dreams you shelved out of fear, into the parts of you that you dared not hope could ever heal. I do not come with condemnation. I come with compassion. I do not come with judgment. I come with mercy. I see every place where the enemy tried to convince you that freedom was for others, but not for you. I see every time you wondered if you would always live second best, always battling what others seem to overcome easily. And I say to you now, those lies end here. Those accusations fall silent now. You are no longer under the rule of old fears. You are under the reign of grace. Let me heal what you thought had to stay hidden. Let me redeem what you thought was wasted. Let me rebuild what you thought was too far gone. I am not afraid of your brokenness. I am the God who creates beauty. From ashes, who forms rivers in the wasteland, who calls life out of graves. Breathe in my spirit now. Breathe deeply of my grace. Feel the river of living water beginning to rise within you. The water that washes away the residue of shame. The water that cleanses the weariness of striving. The water that baptizes your heart into the joy of being fully, completely, eternally mine. You are not the prisoner you once believed you were. You are a child of freedom, an heir of promises, a carrier of glory. Let me remind you of the strength I have awakened inside of you. Let me reignite the fire you thought had burned out. Let me breathe fresh courage into the dreams you have been too scared to revisit. I'm lifting the labels that life tried to stick onto your soul. I'm tearing down the ceilings that fear tried to build over your head. I'm breaking the chains that shame tried to weave around your heart. Where there was once hesitation, I am planting boldness. Where there was once insecurity, I am establishing confidence. Where there was once fear, I am pouring supernatural peace. Stay here a little longer, my dear child. Let my spirit saturate every fiber of your being. Let the oil of my anointing seep into the cracks you thought would never mend. Let the fire of my love burn away every residue of yesterday's battles. You are not leaving this encounter the same. You are not walking forward carrying the weight of your past. You are stepping into a new strength, a new identity, a new authority. And as you embrace this transformation, know that I am with you every step of the way, guiding you with love and grace. This is the transformation you have cried out for, the freedom you fought for in prayer. This shift your soul has longed for is not just a temporary fix, an emotional high. It is the real, lasting, undeniable work of my spirit within you. You are not just being patched up, you are being made new in every way. You will think differently, not from fear but from faith. You will speak differently, not from shame but from strength. You will dream differently, not from limitations but from limitless possibilities. Every step you take will carry the fragrance of freedom into every room you enter. You are becoming a living testimony of what it looks like when heaven touches earth in a surrendered life. You are the evidence that cycles can break, that hearts can heal, that love wins over fear every single time. Breathe in life, hope, freedom. You are no longer trapped, circling, waiting. You are rising, fully alive, fully free, fully mine, my precious one. The season of circling has ended. The walls that hemmed you in are crumbling. The labels that tried to define you have been stripped away by the fire of my truth. You are no longer identified by your struggles, but by your surrender. You are a pioneer of freedom, a bearer of promises fulfilled, a living witness to the power of perseverance soaked in grace. Every silent prayer, every weary yes, every tear-streaked surrender was a stone laid into the foundation of the life you are now stepping into. You carry strength forged in fire, wisdom birthed through waiting, authority shaped through battle. Walk boldly, not because of your own perfection, but because you are carried by my faithfulness. Move freely, not because the path will always be easy, but because my spirit will be your guide at every turn. Dream wildly, not because every detail is clear, but because my promises are surer than the ground beneath your feet. You are no longer who you were, standing in the middle of a miracle in motion. Heaven has moved on your behalf, and now the earth will testify. Go forward in faith and surrender in destiny. I have broken the cycles that held you back, opened the gates that seemed locked, set your feet on paths you only glimpsed in dreams. Walk as one who knows they are loved beyond comprehension, chosen beyond understanding, commissioned beyond measure. Walk as a breaker of cycles, a carrier of hope, a living reflection of my endless, unstoppable love. Amen. Before you move on, my beloved, take what I have ignited in you and let it light fires in others. Share the hope that broke your chains. Speak the truth that silenced your fears. So the freedom you have received into the lives still trapped in yesterday's lies is truly a gift. As you continue to pour out what I have poured in, your capacity to impact others will only grow. Stay close to my heart, for it is from there that true transformation begins. Keep walking in the newness of life and watch in amazement as I use your story, your very existence, to proclaim to the world that nothing is impossible for those who dare to step out in faith and leave the past behind. Trust in the journey ahead, for I am with you every step of the way. This message delivers a powerful, soul-deep transformation rooted in breaking generational patterns and emotional strongholds. It addresses cycles of fear, unworthiness, and shame, inviting believers into a renewed identity grounded in truth, freedom, and divine purpose. With a deep sense of spiritual authority, it teaches that healing begins within, that breakthrough is a process stewarded in intimacy with Christ, and that lasting freedom requires confronting internal lies with the power of God's Word. This message equips viewers with tools to walk confidently into a future of favor, identity, and legacy. Thank you for joining us today on Heaven Voice Today. If this message touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, God speaks every day. You just have to listen. Come back tomorrow for more reflections from His heart to yours. Stay blessed, stay faithful, and keep listening to the voice of heaven. See you in the next video.